Do not spend too much time thinking about time. It comes and goes in an instant. People come into your life and exit your life within minutes of time. You never know one thing from the other until it occurs. Yes, you can see how things are going and predict an outcome, but even predicting an outcome, the circumstances can change quickly. Life is like a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. That is how life is described in the book of James. Obviously, I do not remember this picture being taken. I know nothing about this event, but the people in this picture I know have lived and died. Not all of them are dead, but a good portion of them have traveled their journey in life and passed on.
Repentance will provide you everything for the mission. Yeah.
I also know the lady holding the little baby in her arms. Creditable sources have identified the child and the mother. It is amazing that during those days, once awareness became fruitful, you do not think for 1 second about the possibility of these days ever coming into fruition. I can remember as far back when I was 6 years old, and during that time, every single birthday was held in great anticipation from the lady holding that baby in the picture. She was my mother, and at times I must remind myself that she is no longer on this earth. But when she was, not once did I imagine she would no longer be here. Can you say the same thing? I have been through the fire and singed in the flames of life. I have met death face to face and knew his characteristics and was not afraid of him. I have also met death face to face and was extremely afraid of him. The ebb and flow of life is unpredictable. Funny, though, with all that said, I would not want to change one experience. I wish some circumstances would not have turned out the way they did, but the thought of never happened is a useless thought. I wish I had made different choices during this journey, and that thought is also useless. There was a time when I contemplated suicide and embraced the thought and fought the thought and overcame the thought. Suicide thoughts were random and about 40 years ago, and the time passage of then and now are a fleeting moment.
He's telling me that you are almost home.
There was a time when I woke up and found myself in a mental hospital. During those days, I did a lot of thinking and even stared at the wall while other patients were staring at me, and I stared at them. What a labyrinth of a place to be, especially when no one knows you are there. Years have passed since that experience, and even now, it is a fleeting moment. Oh, how much I would love to hear your story, for no other reason to be comforted that I was not in this matrix of life alone. I was told by some people they would never tell their story, and I respect that to the maximum. But for some reason, I love telling my story. I was told by my ex-wife how certain people looked up to me and admired me, and so on and so forth. But you let them down and abandoned everyone, she said. But what does she know? Because if she knew my heart, perhaps she would not have made such a thoughtless statement. Nonetheless, I realize we all hurt and we all experience pain on different levels. But at the end of the day, we all are most likely identical, especially in circumstances, hurt, pain, and thoughtlessness. In this writing, I have reached back more than 60 years only to be thankful for every moment, every second, and every breath the Most High has given to me with His great mercy. As you age, the will of Elohim Yah is that experience, wisdom, knowledge, and obedience to His laws and commandments age with you. When I was a child, I thought as a child. I believed as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. How do I write the remainder of this story without someone misconstruing my point? In a few days, I will have lived 65. Not because that is important or worth celebrating, but the fact is the journey of life is a fleeting moment. All my experiences in life seem to have no end, but yet today they seem to have ended super fast. High school seemed to go on and on and on, and the end seemed years away. Afterwards, I find myself marching cadence in the United States Navy. How fast did that come around? I am in the Navy. The military was an endless journey, but it washed away, seemingly within minutes. 24 years gone. Each duty station I served at, I was settled at that duty station and only could imagine the next every 4 years. But looking back now, 4 years passed so swiftly in time. I have to deliberately remember each tour of duty. My marriage and house and children and ministry seemed to be my final lot in life, and I was satisfied with that. But it went by so fast, it blows my mind to this day. At the end of the day, it is not the birthday celebration to enjoy. Instead, each moment of life graced upon us by the Most High, whether you are 60, 70, 80, 90, or 100, it all goes by fast. Take no thought for tomorrow, for tomorrow will take thought of itself. Sufficient today is the evil thereof. Live each day to the will and esteem of the Most High, because every day must be regarded unto him. If you yourself are 80 and older, you can absolutely relate to this story. What are the contents of your life? Is it similar or filled with explosive and death-defying acts? But remember this for the rest of your life. Today is the day the Lord has made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it.
Affliction, addiction. I know you struggling, but brother, sister, listen. Before you cut me off, please hear it from a witness. Life got turned around when I got on my knees, repented. Coming from